then I was driving down Biscayne one day, and all of a sudden it was like, if you go left, you'll be in Old Town, which is certainly one of our quote-unquote inner city areas. You'll find poverty and hopelessness and hungry people and all kinds of terrible things. And that it's right here among us every day. But no one turns left.
Liberty City is a inner city community. We have a lot of food stamps. We have a lot of theft, drugs, mostly single-parent homes. It's a pretty good place to live, but it's not a really good place to raise a family. When I turned 18, from 18 on down, I was taught to steal. I was taught to get money. I was told a shotgun at the age of 12. Like, that's not normal. When you raise up a normal family, that's not normal at all. Those are 9mm shells from a pistol. It's 3 shots. One at the bottom, right there, and one at the top. It went through. Right here. And 2 of them went through, and down here.
Ultimately, any young man growing up in a community where there's nothing but poverty, crime, no role models, no access to opportunity, is at risk. It becomes almost a training ground for criminal behavior, ultimately. So because that's all that's going on around you, and ultimately that's all you know, and it's the only way you can survive. I mean, it's easier to get an AK-47 in any of these neighborhoods than it is to get a vegetable.
This area right here, you gotta be quick because you can't be suspicious. But this area right here, where the light post sitting in that area right there, my homie got shot. I witnessed everything. I was in my room, and I could see the crime scene from my room all the way down here. He was on a bike at the time. All I see was him looking back, and then all of a sudden he was trying to hurry up and get out of there. So by the time he trying to put his feet on the paddle, the guy shot him in the back, pow, pow, pow. He fell, and the guy walked over him and shot him again, bam, 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 bam. And then the guy left in the Camaro. I see this every day, but it hurts me because he was somebody I know personally at the time. But people getting killed every day is not new. It's not new at all.
How are you leaving an ice tray out with no water in it to freeze?
Bro, how many times did I tell you? You black.
I'm black too. Damn.
We do shit backwards, man.
You mean you do shit backwards?
And we.
No, I don't like pictures. Hey, you were taking pictures of me?
Inner city boys, quote unquote, they are labeled as delinquent, bad kids, you know, you're never going to amount to anything, and they're giving the negative messages their whole life.
My name is Damon Yarn. I'm 22.
We don't interact with people outside our community because we don't belong there. They don't understand us, we don't understand them. So some kids in Liberty City don't get the right education because, one, their parents need money. A 12-year-old kid can walk down the street right now with a gun in his pocket because he's afraid what he did maybe last night, he probably robbed somebody because his parents needed money to pay the bill. So some kids make adult decisions as kids. And once upon a time, I was one of them.
18 years old, that was my fault. I was just crazy. I went to Walmart, stole some underwears. It's not, I want to do it. It's like I have to do it. I didn't have any money, and I needed underwear. I really needed underwear. It was that bad.
What is this?
Also, my mom. My mom's, she just turned 40. And she had me at 15.
Look. What you think?
It's not ready.
Okay. When it's ready. When you do this, when it's ready. When it's ready. It goes straight through and it fall apart, right? Okay. But what you can't do nothing like this. You gotta clean this up.
So when I got to 18 up to now, I got into his program and whatever, and they would show me a new outlook on life. And that's when I made a total turnaround,
You think my arm got smaller? You think my traps got smaller?
I started Empowered Youth in 2006. It began as a mentoring program inside the Miami-Dade Juvenile Justice Detention Center. And I did that for several years. And I thought to myself, you know, I'm really not doing anything. Because when these kids are released from detention, they're going back into the same lives, the same dynamics that actually drove them into the detention center are still there. So I'm not doing anything because I'm not giving them any way to actually change their life. I'm not giving them tools they can use.
I think one big thing with drugs, any kind of drugs, is I think in order to really kick it and actually, I would get asked, you know.
So I started the community-based program, which is what I have now, and that's been operating since 2010. Most of the young men are referred to our program through the Department of Juvenile Justice. The program is divided into two parts, basically. The first is a 6-month, usually court-ordered phase, and that was, we offer the boys a life skills character development curriculum, mentors, tutors, and a variety of community partners for drug counseling, individual counseling, family counseling. So what I want to do is I want to help him find himself, and I want to let him know he's valued and he's cared for. So we present like a family kind of atmosphere. You gotta have ice cream for him.
Thank you.
4 years I've been involved in Empowered Youth. The very first day was at Tacosti. And I seen this blonde lady, blonde little nice lady, say, "How you doing?" And she opened her arms to me, like she knew me forever.
Damon Yarns walked into the program one day. It was really our very first class. He was there since the very beginning. And he came in, and at first he thought he was lost or something, you know, and he came in and, am I in the right place? And so anyway, I sort of gave him the, the usual Miss Colleen hug, and he was like looking at me like, it was like that.
Because I'm not really coming from a really affectionate past. So being affectionate at the time was like, well, a weakness. I mean, I never met a person who would come up to a stranger like me and open their arms out like that.
Let me ask you a question. Was your first club you ever did off the hookah?
My favorite part is
What's your first club you ever did?
is meeting a lot of very important people.
Space?
That's my favorite part.
So you didn't just jump right into the top?
Nah.
Okay. So
House parties, family gigs, cookouts. I still do it. Like I'll never feel like too important, too busy to do a cookout or birthday party. Nah.
His name is Doug Hughes. He's very calm, and that's where I mostly get my transformation from. Is from him. He's just a different guy. Don't tell him this, but I do see him as a father. Now, if he said, "Damn, do you have a father?" I say, "Yeah." He's a white guy with gray hair, and he stays in Cooper City. That would be my father. So you had to put a solution so that all the chalk come off the wall.
Doug is on our board, and Damon was wanting to go to college, and he was struggling a bit with, how to go about all that and everything. I asked Doug if he would actually, help him, and through that relationship, Damon found the father that he never had, and that relationship is now just so wonderful and so heartwarming.
One time he asked, he said, "Do you eat dinner together all the time?" And he said, "Yes, we have dinner together." He said, "Do you talk to each other all the time?" I said, "Yes." So he had another young man we were mentoring came over, Joe. He said, "Joe, they talk to each other every meal. And they sit at the table at every meal." He said, "Well, what would you do?" He said, "Well, we have a table, but we never use it." I said, "Well, what do you do with your dinner?" He said, "I take it to the TV, or I take it in the parking lot and put it on a car and eat it." He said, "But we never have a family dinner together. We don't use the kitchen table."
Our Father, we thank you for this wonderful day, opportunities. Amen.
Amen. Amen. All right.
Past, I wasn't open. I was in my own world, and I didn't really follow any rules. I just did what I want. I basically was just out of control. Now, with all the guidance that I got from the mentors from Empower Youth, I'm more serene, I think more calm, more approachable.
The thing I think that we have to do as a society, I think we are failing the kids. I don't think they are failing us. I think that we as a society have to take a look at not the behavior when they're acting out, but the question, why? Why is this young person, why is some kid at 13 years old, why is that person in my program for gun charges? He's 13, he's a child. There are two parallel communities. There's like the mainstream community, and then there's the inner city community, and these kids are not getting access. These young men are not getting access to mainstream. So we're trying to, through Empowered Youth, we're trying to create access, a bridge to the opportunity that exists over here. We're trying to create that bridge for these young men. That's why we create job development programs. That's why we started the food truck business.
So we're going to, the granola bars are really simple and easy to make. That's why we're going to do that first and put them in the fridge. Does anybody like granola bars?
I love granola bars.
Yeah.
I love granola bars, not those.
You're going to like those.
I started the job development program because I realized that unless I give these young men real opportunity, real training, real skills, and give them opportunity to work, then I'm not really helping them, because I could not find my boys jobs. I was losing good kids who truly wanted to make a change in their lives. I was losing them back to the street because there was no way they could make money. The second phase of the program is basically a job development program called Empowered Youth Entrepreneurs. And there we actually work with the University of Miami to provide a course called YES, Young Entrepreneur Series.
The YES program started the second semester that we worked with them, so we're now really in our fourth semester with the YES program.
Motivation. Are you motivated to do all this stuff? Are you motivated? Do you feel motivated? Yeah.
My students have a curriculum that is targeted towards teenagers and helping teenagers become entrepreneurs. And it's a very successful program. We do all kinds of individualized curriculum. We have a lot of topics that we look at, such as interviewing skills, resume writing, presentations. My students, part of their work for the class is to create lessons. So that's helping my students work on their skills as well. So everybody's learning. Some of the students say it's the most important thing they've done during their university experience. So it's absolutely worth it.
My name is Alex Velasquez. I'm 18 years old. I'm part of the Empower Youth Program. I usually work on the truck every day, from morning to night, Monday to Sunday, managing the food truck, keeping track of the inventory, working on the food truck, and that's every day. It's a full-time job.
Alex is another wonderful example of a young man who's committed himself to a new life. Alex became very involved in the job development program. He's now the assistant manager of the food truck incubator program. Came from a really tough background, lots of challenges, lots of heartbreak, lots of disappointment, lots of betrayal.
I used to sell drugs. Me and my brothers and my cousin had a whole operations going since I was like, well, they introduced me to their operations when I was 11 or 10. I was suspecting that my mom was doing something wrong because she never had a job. I found out that my mom was a prostitute, and so when I found that out, I had to do a couple of jobs so she won't do it. And then my mom found out. We got evicted from the apartment, and then for like a couple months, it was in the summer, I was homeless. But I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nowhere to go. I didn't have nothing to do. I had nothing to eat. All I had was just clothes and shoes. That's it. And a lot of time. So from there, when I didn't see her, all the money I was making, I was giving it to her. And then since that was around when I was in 8th grade, going to 9th grade, since that day to this day, I worked so hard, so that she won't ever have to do that again. Never.
Alex, I met him at my job where I work. I started teaching karate at the place where I was working, and he was my karate student. And time to time, you know, we would talk, and he was asking like for help, that he needed help, and I started seeing things that was not right in him. I saw him not doing good in school, just going down the wrong road, going down the wrong path. And when I got introduced to the Empower Youth Program, I was like, wow, this is a good fit for Alex. And I invited him. I was like, listen, you want to be part of this group? I'm part of it. You know, we just meet a few nights a week. If you want to come, I'll take you. You know, he was on board, and ever since November of 2010, I want to say too, was when he started the program.
Before I came into this program, my life was, I guess, wasn't going nowhere. I was just making stupid money, and I didn't have a plan. I barely went to school.
You smoke weed? Yeah? You know, for this. It's just for weed. You smoke.
What I thought as my future, I didn't think that far ahead. I just hoped. At the time, I was hoping that I would never get myself into a situation that I'll probably die or get myself killed. The Empower Youth changed me because I became more serious about what I wanted to do of my career. It inspired me to open up my own business, to be a really good entrepreneur. I'm 18 years old. I opened up my own food truck, and I manage it now with the help of Miss Carlene and all of our mentors. I did it. I did that at 18 years old. I'm really proud of that.
They feel so accomplished, you know, and I think that's just beautiful. It was interesting because we did a little survey because we were applying for something, and so I asked several of the young men who are involved in the food truck business, the incubator program. I said, just kind of tell me what you think about this opportunity and all that. And one of them said, he said, I can work legal and proud. So, and I think that tells you everything.
Dealing with adolescents is very challenging, and some people give up on them because it's not easy. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes commitment. And I think funding has faded away because the return on investment is proportionally low in terms of how many young people you're going to turn around. But the different perspective is each one you do turn around is an intervention that not only changes the life of that young man, it changes generations.
They live in a war zone. They live in a war zone within this country, this wealthy, sophisticated, educated country. The United States that I grew up in was equal opportunity. It was opportunity without barriers. And that is, now we have so many barriers, so many things, so many places people can't get anymore. It's all of our jobs, not just mine, but all of our jobs to do what we can in society to try and repair the things that are broken. To me, what's happening to these young men is wrong. And I can't rest knowing that it's wrong and knowing that I know how they live and knowing I know how they survive, knowing that I know the challenges that they have and how they struggle. And they are so born into struggle. So it's just, for me, it's the right thing to do. I mean, how can you, if you know, how can you not know?
It took a real woman like Miss Carlene to take upon herself and to create an opportunity for people like me, people like Caesar, Alex, Cleo, people like us. Give us more opportunity. Say we can do it.
I'm really thankful that I joined this program because I met Miss Carlene. I'm thankful that I have my family. I'm thankful for that this program gave me my job that I have now.
I see it. The future is bright in front of me, and all that negativity, I gotta leave it.
My name is Jesus, Jesse, Chris Dozier. My name is Lauren.
Alright, I'm Brian.
My name is Timothy Joseph Mitchell.
When I grow up, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to work on the Port of Miami. I want to be successful by being a basketball player.
And I want the world to see my view of life through directing and or producing music.
I would like to be a football player in the NFL, and I love my mom.
Thank you for the gift of life.
I know I messed up in life, and I'm trying to be successful now. I'm changing.
No time to waste, just cut the check. Yeah, I'm on the time frame, so no, I don't play them mind games.
My mom was making some soul food. I didn't want any. So I went to Winn-Dixie to get some asparagus. So I went to, and I bought some Ziploc bags, microwavable Ziploc bags, put it in the oven, and I put it in the microwave. And it really, the smell went through the house instantly. And my mom walked up and said, "What the hell is that?" And she ran from my room, from her room all the way to the kitchen and said, "Damon, what the fuck is that?" I was like, "This is asparagus." "You like asparagus? Get that like kind of this shit out of my house. You don't get that shit in here, man."
Look at the camera. Smile.
When the time comes, you'll know. Hold on to your dreams. Don't